Hello, I've been asked to make this training video to show you some differences between the old Moodle site and the exciting new Moodle site for Union Theological Seminary. Um, we just got this new version of Moodle going, and this video is going to be a little warts and all, maybe a little rough, but trying to get it to you as soon as possible. If you're watching this video, you've clearly successfully logged back into Moodle using your usual Moodle login, and you have found the link to this video on the Faculty Moodle Pedagogy page. And let me show you a few things about the new Moodle. First thing, super important to notice, is in the browser window when you're logged into Moodle that you can see that this is now a completely secure website. This was a question in our old Moodle version, now completely secure. You'll also notice visually that Moodle has been rebranded to look very much like one of our website pages. But keep in mind that you log into Moodle exactly the same way. Nobody can log into Moodle unless they have a secure username and password. Even though it looks like the website, it's not part of the Union website per se. Let's see. Super big change over the past Moodle is the implementation of something called Dashboard here on your home page. Let's click on Dashboard and watch what happens. All the courses that you are enrolled in will appear in this dashboard screen. And this screen will allow you to control how your course pages view on your home page. Super helpful, something we couldn't do before, now you totally can. So an example of how you might want to adjust this for yourself is to click on this pull-down menu, which is the method by which the courses will appear on your page. Alphabetical by course name or last access. More than likely, you'll want to pick last accessed so that your most recent courses are going to be right there at the top of your home page. That's a super helpful thing. Notice in the dashboard that there are these visual picture banners, one for each of the courses. I'm going to come back to those later because I want to show you a new feature of Moodle that has to do with those they're called course images. We'll come back to that. You can go to your course pages from the dashboard by clicking on the courses in the dashboard, but let's just click on home to go back to our regular home page. A few overview things that you'll notice are some navigation boxes over to the right and the loss of the previous navigation boxes that were over there on the left. You'll get used to these. And you can control these yourself. Let's go to a Moodle course page and click on it to edit it and see how things look just a little different than they did before. We've still got the famous big red turn editing on and off button up in the top right. So when you turn editing on, it looks a lot like it used to, where the modules are showing with the symbols and everything. But a couple changes are the horizontal topic sections used to have a cogwheel over to the top left of each section. Now there's an edit pull-down menu for the horizontal topic section that you click on to edit the topic section. Let's try it. Remember how you used to click something that said default? Now it's called custom. And in order to change the name of the topic section, you have to click the custom box, which will allow you to put a title in there and edit it. And you can put an image like I have here, save it. And that's how you edit the topic section settings. Notice that each topic section has its own corollary top right pull down edit section pull down menu. Notice that this individual modules that you're used to still have a corollary editing pull down menu that's particular to that particular module. Let's look at, I'm going to just cancel out of this. No. Let's look at a new feature in the um, uh, assignment module, and let's look at see how this add an activity or resource screen has changed slightly. Notice when I clicked add an activity or resource, instead of the activities being listed first and the resources being listed underneath, they're listed here in a tab that's titled all, or you can look at them the way they used to be listed, activities by themselves, resources by themselves. I'll click on all and I'll pick assignment. And notice that this editing screen, very similar to the way it used to be. One change is, remember the red asterisks, which were required information, they have now changed to red exclamation points. But I wanted to show you a particular change to the submission types in an assignment module. In the accepted file types, you can click on that to control which types of files are accepted for that particular assignment. You may want to control that. You may want to block people from sending the wrong type of file, and they'll get an error message if they do it wrong after you pick a particular file type. It's a nice feature. It might make your life easier so they don't send you a file that you can't open on your end. The accepted file types option is going to be available in other Moodle modules. I'll let you discover them as you go. And I just want to say right now that you're going to discover things that I have not discovered, and I hope that you can figure them out. If not, let me know and we'll help you through it. Chris McFadden, cmcfadden@utsnyc.edu. Let's close this and cancel out of this. Hey, sorry if the screen is bouncing around a little bit as I pause the recording and turn it back on. Let's just look at one more thing real fast that is new to this version of Moodle. When editing is turned on, if you have any kind of restricted control on a module, it's going to show to you, just you as the instructor with editing turned on, as a little reminder that you've done that way. That's, I think, an improvement. Remember when I was talking about those course images in the dashboard? There's a way that you can control this if you want. I think it's a nice new feature of Moodle, and let me show it to you. You have to learn the distinction between the turn editing on and off button, which controls turn editing on for the content of the course page, and this cogwheel, which is an edit settings button for the settings of this course. Outside of the settings of the content of the course page, you've got an edit settings for your course itself. If I click on edit settings there and scroll down, we see a choice for a course image. So some folks have an image in their course that sits at the top of their Moodle page and people recognize it when they first get to the Moodle page. Here's a nice little feature in the new Moodle that you may want to use. You recognize this as a file finding screen that we've used in the past. I'm going to find a file for the course image for this page. It's in my pictures folder, and it's a picture of Dietrich Bonhoeffer. Notice that you have to use certain file types in a picture file, JPEG and GIF. You'll see you cannot upload a PDF at this point. You have to upload a picture type file. I'm going to pick upload this file, and there's Bonhoeffer sitting there, and I'm going to say save and display. And this happens to be the same or similar picture that's in my course page, but when I go to my home page, notice that this course now has an image associated with it, showing in the list of courses to the people who are enrolled in that course. It's a nice feature, and people can learn to identify from their list of courses which course they're looking for by looking for the picture instead of just the title. In the dashboard, notice that we've changed the default pattern and color that Moodle picked as a default with the course image there in the dashboard. I've moved to the Faculty Moodle Pedagogy page to show you that if you're used to dividing your class into Moodle groups, it's in a slightly different design in this new version. Groups is no longer over here on the left in a navigation block. It's under Participants. Click on Participants. Here's the participants editing screen showing the people who are enrolled in this course. And if I scroll up and look for this red cogwheel top right, that's an actions menu, an editing menu for your participants screen. And in that menu is the choice for groups. It brings you to the screen that you're used to seeing, which was how to create the groups and organize them for your Moodle page. So if I turn editing on this Moodle course page, you'll just notice that so much looks so familiar the way it used to look before. The editing of your modules, very, very similar, and also the editing screens are going to be very similar. Let's take for an example one of these forums. Oh, excuse me, I meant to say one of these URLs. Let's go ahead and look how that was designed before by editing the settings for that URL. Very similar to the way it looked before, except things are organized just a little differently, but here's your URL sitting right there, and then appearance in a pop-up. That's what you definitely want to do. Look at my other video about how to create a URL in a pop-up. Remember that when you have editing turned on and these symbols are showing, you can click and drag to move things around. So you don't have to reinvent the wheel. You can click and drag and drop them and reorder things the way that you want them to appear on the page. Notice that the choices for hiding and highlighting topic sections are no longer showing here at this point, but these things are controlled by the edit pull-down menu for that particular horizontal topic. The option to add a horizontal topic to the bottom of a Moodle page now looks like this at the bottom of the page. It just is a red Add Topics link that you click on to add a new topics section. Now I'll turn editing off again. It's a little slow, sorry. Editing is now turned off and the page looks to the student the way that it looks to you now with the editing turned off. A little something new here. Somebody can download a folder by clicking on that. That's a new Moodle feature. But notice that when you're going to log out of Moodle, you're just going to look for your profile photo if you've got one in there, or just next to your name, there's a pull-down menu, and there's some choices in here that you may need in the future. If you want to change your profile, perhaps you want to update your Moodle email address, you can edit your profile here, and you would log out here, which I'm going to do. So I hope that's helpful. And again, any questions, please email me anytime. I'll get to your email message as soon as I can. If I can't help you myself, I'll ask the consultant and we'll get an answer to you. Remember that we're still in the process of these new Moodle plugins that we've been discussing in faculty meetings. We're still in the process of finding a venue for quizzes that is separate from the quiz feature in the new Moodle. And so that stuff's to come. But have fun with your new Moodle pages. I hope everything goes well. One quick thing before I forget. If you get a brand new Moodle page that I've created for you, a new blank Moodle course page has a default discussion topic sitting at the top named Announcements. It acts like a forum discussion topic, and it is only available, it can only be submitted to that discussion topic from the instructor. Students cannot send announcements to each other via Moodle. If you don't like